Are you an MSP struggling to get leads from your website? Today, I'm going to walk you through the basics of SEO and what you need to do in order to start getting leads from your website. I have tools pulled up, I have an example pulled up. I even have a way that you could see how much traffic your competitors are getting because more leads turns into more customers, which ultimately turns into more recurring revenue. How are you doing? My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs grow, whether it's sales training, marketing training, or even some business operations only for MSPs. So if you're in an MSP, you are in the right place. Before I get into today's video, I do want to mention two really quick things. Number one, if you haven't started hanging out with us in the Discord, I don't know what else to tell you other than I could maybe hang up a big flag that says join the free Discord. It's literally the best community for MSPs. You could check it out, growth-generators.com/Discord, where there will be a link down below. Number two, there are going to be some super helpful links down in the video description or the podcast description if you're listening to this on podcast. There are links to other helpful videos. There's links to resources that I'm going to be mentioning here. And if you head over to growth-generators.com, you'll see everything from our programs, about us, services, but more importantly, under that resources tab, we have resources, the blog, the Discord, YouTube, the podcast, and hey, we're starting to throw some local events. If you'd like to attend, feel free to sign up. There'll be new ones coming out fairly regularly, so you're gonna want to check that out. And when I say local, I mean to Charlotte, but maybe a little spoiler. Maybe I'm gonna be traveling this year. A little wink, wink for down the road. So let's talk about why SEO is critical for MSPs. And I don't know why, but this is like the forbidden thing to talk about. I feel like MSPs are like, yeah, we know SEO, and well, that's cool and all, but if you don't do anything with it, they're never going to find you, right? Most businesses start their search for IT services, and guess what platform they're using? Google. And if you're not the first page, or at least on the first page to show up, you are missing out on legitimately free traffic and free money. And it's important to understand that when you're doing SEO, search engine optimization, this is free organic traffic. It's traffic that basically you end up creating that brings in the inbound leads. That's really what it is at the end of the day. And we want to make sure that we maximize how much traffic we're getting because just like in sales, marketing in many cases is boiled down to the numbers, and we have to make sure that the numbers look good. We're ranking higher, we're converting more people over to our funnels, and then we're following up on those leads so we can close those people. Now, there are four major parts of SEO that we're going to be talking about in this video. And I'm going to be going into these much later down the road. And if you're a part of the MSP Heroes membership, which there will be a link down below, I go really in depth in all of this so you know exactly what to do. But there are four parts to SEO. There's on page, which is the content, the keywords that you're using, and more importantly, the internal linking. Where you're linking off to your website is really important. If you're not linking out to other areas, for example, blogs out to other blogs, maybe related to case studies, and believe it or not, there's things that you might have on your site or you should post on your site that somebody searching for might want to know. And if they want more information on a specific topic, naturally they're going to want the easiest way to find it. And that's internal linking. That's just a hyperlink on your text off to another piece of content. The second SEO part is off page SEO. And I know you're probably thinking, Harrison, how do I control SEO when it's not actually on my website? Great question. So there's backlinks, which is probably the most common. This is links from other websites coming back to your website. That could be to your main website, maybe it's growth-generators.com, or it could be to something where it's growth-generators.com/blog/0 to $1 million in your MSP. Something like that, right? That is linking back to you. Those are backlinks. The other thing that you want to start working on is citations. So this is other websites mentioning you and hopefully citing you as a resource. They kind of go hand in hand, but some cases people don't realize it's good to get mentioned in just about any case out there. And then if you want to work out partnerships where people knowingly are sending traffic back to you. Those could be affiliates, those could be referrals, and the list goes on and on and on. But having some kind of good partnership is absolutely going to help you succeed. Now, the third part of SEO, and this is the not so fun one, technical SEO. This is page speed, dare I say, mobile friendliness. Got to make sure the website looks good on mobile and tablet too. More and more people are starting to use tablets as they're traveling or on the road. And this also includes the site structure, the structure of your website. Believe it or not, there are tons of little parts in there. I'm going to show you guys that right here in a second. And then the fourth part, and this is the lowest hanging fruit for anyone watching, especially if you're like, yeah, I want to go focus more on my local area. Local SEO. Google My Business Profile is the number one local SEO, but there's also local listings, which I'm going to show you what they look like in this video. And then you have to have reviews. People, especially when they're searching locally, they need to see reviews. That could be Google reviews, that could be testimonials on your website, that could be reviews on other review platforms, except Yelp, avoid that at all costs. But truly, that's really the four aspects of SEO and how they can correlate to your site, right? So let's talk about choosing some of the right keywords. I'm going to pull up some tools here and show you guys kind of what you should start doing. First things first is we need to go through and we need to understand the words that we're ranking for. If you haven't set up your website already, I highly recommend setting up your Google Search Console. If you type in search.google.com/search hyphen console, or if you just type in Google Search Console, it's usually the first thing. You can hit start now. It takes about 5 minutes to set up. It's quite simple. And inside, you're going to get some information, or hopefully, you might have to submit a sitemap. If there's no data here, it takes time to earn that data. But the most important thing is to understand what keywords we're actually getting. Inside of Google Search Console, I've pulled up one of my alternate websites, harrisonbarron.com, just so you guys could see what's going on. But inside of here, we'll see what's going on over the last 3 months. Now, this is a website I haven't worked on in truthfully far too long, and I should probably pay a little bit of attention to it. But I used to do a lot of podcasting stuff, hence all of the microphones that I have, right? And I've talked about ASMR microphones, best D&D podcasts on Spotify, Star Trek podcasts, best 3.5 millimeter jack microphones, and I've had microphones and headphones laying around everywhere. But it's important to understand what we are actually ranking for. There's also a free tool. It's called Uber Suggest. You're welcome to go get it. And currently, it'll run a audit on your website. So I know right off the bat, I have a bunch of issues that I need to start working on. On-page SEO score fell a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of work to get back, but we could see what SEO issues we have, the pages discovered, and if I really want to take it to the next level, I could start to do keyword overviews or keyword ideas, right? If I just punch in my website, growth-generators.com, and if I get some ideas, I could search this and find similar ideas to what I have. What does CRM stand for? Screen splitting on Windows. All of these different areas are all things that I've ranked for. What does MSP mean? These are all things that we rank for. But you could plug in one of your competitors in here and start stealing their keywords. If you go on Google and you search IT company in your area, you might ethically be able to steal the traffic that they're getting and see what words they're ranking for. Now, you can't just go around and take these words and just scatter them all around your website. I don't recommend that, but you can start to identify that these are great keywords that you could start to leverage, write blog posts around them, maybe make videos around them, and mention them more on your website. Now, before I also mentioned page speed. It's important that we drop in our our website into Page Speed Insights. If you'd like to go there, it is pagespeed.web.dev. There will be a link down below, and you can analyze it. Now, in many cases, this takes usually a minute or so. And what we're going to find is we're going to get a bunch of data on mobile and desktop. And I'm going to let this run in the background for a second. But this is basically saying if somebody's walking around with their cell phone, how long does it take to load? Most people expect a website to take about 6 seconds or less for that website to load. On desktop, it's fairly simple. Usually people are running on pretty good internet nowadays. It's less important. But we want to make sure that we don't have monstrous images that are slowing down our site. That would make a massive, massive difference and probably let people jump on the website. And then what they would do is bounce off of the website. So if we look here, you'll see we have a little bit lower performance than we would hope for on mobile, but we have a 91 accessibility, a 96 best practices, and look at that, a 92 SEO score. Maybe we do know what we're doing. And I know I have to do some work on the website. We were rebuilding the website. We ended up not rebuilding the website, and we ended up sticking it out with our current website. So I know it's things that I need to go clean up. And you can see, it'll tell you how long it takes. It'll tell you the desktop figures as well, right? We need to do some optimizing there, and that's okay. It'll tell us large content, right? And this image here is taking too long to load. Totally fine. But at least we now know when we can fix it. That is the next step. And if you ever want to spy on your competitors or see how they're performing, Ubersuggest does offer a totally free scanner where you can see how much traffic they're actually getting. Now, the website I'm going to use in this example is a company called VC3.com. If you've been a long-time subscriber of the channel, you are probably more than aware of this website, and I think it is one of the best MSP websites out there. As far as SEO goes, as far as website development goes, functionality and their messaging is some of the best. But you could scan their website and see. In this case, VC3 gets about 7,500, 7,300 views per month. They rank for 5,295 organic keywords. They have 1.3 million backlinks, which is insane. And then they have a domain authority of 46. And in here, you can see a halfway steady rise of traffic. It falls down a little bit, and traffic's going to vary based on the season, based on what you've done on your website. And if you're somebody that's like, hey, I'm launching a new website or I'm changing it from the old one, that is usually a major, major hit when it comes to SEO. Now, some of the other things that we want to keep in mind throughout this process, we also want to set up our Google Analytics. In this case, I just have one of my customers' analytics accounts set up here, but you can see that they have a analytics account. They're getting traffic, and we can then see what we need to see from that data. And it's really important that we look at that data and say, hey, I now know who's coming, how many visitors we're getting, where they're bouncing to, and Google Analytics is going to tell us a lot of different things out there. But I haven't talked about the last part of this video. I always save the best for last, and I would appreciate it if you just took one quick minute to just hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate the heck out of it. And that like button. Hit it. Thank you. I was waiting for you to do it. So, if we head over to Google My Business, it's probably one of the easiest things that we can find. So, in this case, if you've already set it up and you type in the company name, you should see something similar to this. In this case, I type in Growth Generators. I technically still have an office space located at this address, 650 Montauk Highway, suite number 8. It's located in this building, right? It's a unit outside of that building, but it's well known for that. And in here, you're going to see a bunch of different things, bunch of pieces of information. We have an edit profile, read reviews, photos, performance, advertise, edit products, edit services, booking, Q&A, add update, and ask for reviews. We want to make sure that we build out our profile to the best of our ability. Now, your circle is probably going to look something like mine, an orange circle that is nearly 80 or 90% complete. However, it's never going to get to 100% because Google wants you to spend your money on Google Ads. But after you do this and treat your Google My Business as an additional social media account, you don't have to go out there and make a ton of content every single day. But as you're out and about, you're in the field, you're in network closets, you're with customers, take a picture every once in a while. It's worth its weight in gold because you can use that on your Google My Business and ask for reviews. If you want to leave me a review, you head over here. I will leave a link down below to my Google reviews. If you'd like to leave me a review, I would truly appreciate it. But getting those reviews is going to help you show up higher when people are searching for IT companies in their area. But not only that, we need to make sure that Google knows that we're active. that we are posting things regularly. And the more love that we give to Google, because once again, most MSPs are not giving any love to Google, Google's going to slightly favor us more than the rest. And as you win more leads and more leads and more leads, you're going to be like, this is incredible. I'm getting leads. I literally just had a member on my call the other day, got 2 leads from Google My Business while we were on an hour and a half call. It is incredible. And I'm hearing the stories all the time from mastering a Google My Business account. But it's important that we take all of these and run with them. We could go super deep on technical SEO and building backlinks, but I want you to have the core basics of SEO. And remember, those 4 core, if you've made it this far, once again, like button, subscribe button, notification bell. And if you're listening to the podcast, when you pull over safely, a 5-star review, I'd appreciate it. On page SEO, content, keywords, interlinking. Specifically, write great blogs that your customers would want to read about how technology impacts their business. Off page SEO, backlinks, citations, and partnerships, driving links from outside of your website back to your website. It also shows Google, hey, you're trustworthy. You're creating content, and other people trust you enough to link back to you. Third is technical SEO. Page speed is one of the most important things. Mobile friendliness, you should always fire up your website on your mobile device and look at it. But the technical aspects of site structures, headings, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and so on and so forth. And I teach more of that in our membership. And then local SEO. Please, please, please use a Google My Business profile. It is the lowest hanging fruit. Get that local listing and ask everyone that you have helped, whether that was a financial transaction or you gave them knowledge or you gave them tips and tricks, for reviews. That is going to help you tremendously win more visitors to your website and close more deals. I promise you. And if you think about it, you're like, Harrison, that seems like a lot of work. It's a little bit of work that will put you leaps and bounds ahead of all of your competition. I can almost guarantee it because the bar truly, when it comes to MSP marketing, is so freaking low. I love the heck out of you guys. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Once again, like, subscribe, notify, come hang out in the Discord, visit us online, growth-generators.com. If you'd like to check out the membership, there will be a link to MSP Heroes down below. Love the heck out of you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.